What's going on, y'all? Welcome to Breaking the Kernel. We have a lot to talk about today. Let's get right into it. First and foremost, rest in peace to the acting legend, James Earl Jones. If you don't know that name, you're living under a rock, but he is the original voice of the one and only Darth Vader. Many credits, like Coming to America, Lion King, and many more. That's just the three that usually come to people's minds when it comes to his historic career, excuse me, and life. Rest in peace to him. So many of the characters that he has voiced over his life was inspiration to many actors, to many thespians, to many people who are who are consumers of media in general. And I just have so much of the utmost respect for him. And my condolences to his family, man. Rest in peace to James Earl Jones. I'm glad that we were able to give him his flowers while he was alive. I'm glad that a lot of people loved his work, celebrated him as a person, as an individual. And again, he will be missed. Now, let's get into the Kendrick Lamar stuff, because if you also didn't hear, Kendrick Lamar is set to be the headliner for Super Bowl this season in 2025, this February, or this coming February. Now, as you can expect, there's been a lot of reactions to Kendrick Lamar becoming the headliner here. And it's sad to see, because I get it. It's obviously coming off the Drake beef. Did that play a huge part in Kendrick Lamar getting the nod? Of course it did. Is it the sole reason? Is it the biggest reason? No. There's no way. This is the thing about the beef and about memes and all this stuff that I keep saying. I said it before and people called me crazy that memes destroyed the serious moments and how nuanced sometimes Dragon Ball Z could be. If you don't watch anime, you don't watch Dragon Ball Z, this is going to be foreign to you, but for the millions that do, hear me out. I kept saying that the moment, spoiler alert, Yamcha dies or has died, and some of the moments between Vegeta and Goku and so many other things have been memed to death over the years because how old Dragon Ball Z is and how historic it is and how well known it is, it's been memed to death. So some of the better moments, some of the better writing moments in DBZ, it's not the best written series of all time, but some of the really great moments, many of them, by the way, have been memed so much that people forgot, especially because of Team 4-Star, forgot how great some of those moments are, how tear-jerking some of those moments are, and that for people in the beginning of the journey, throughout the whole journey, how great those moments are for Dragon Ball Z. And I won't go into all of it because not everyone's seen it, so me just going on and on about it wouldn't make more sense to everybody. But if it does make sense to you, then you know what I'm talking about. So I say that to relate to this Kendrick Lamar thing, as Kendrick Lamar is not some underground rapper. He's not Eminem in 8 Mile, the movie, right? Kendrick Lamar is an established artist with a bunch of established artist friends, a bunch of acquaintances and friends in the industry, and out of the industry, in business and everything else. Just because Kendrick's not constantly on social media like Drake or other artists or other personalities, just because you don't see Kendrick Lamar on a bunch of commercials all over the place, doesn't mean he doesn't have these business ties in the industry and out of the industry. Kendrick Lamar has been in for a minute, right? He deserves his opportunity, right? It's not just some underground artist or independent artist or anything like that. This is Kendrick Lamar we're talking about. Let's be for real. Let's be for real. There's a reason why when Malcolm Moore won that Grammy, that people got so pissed off, right? Yes, Drake did have an incredible project at the same time as well. But a lot of it was because Kendrick Lamar had arguably one of the best albums of all time, and it lost to thrift shopping. So yes, people were upset, and there's a reason. Because Kendrick Lamar, and that was a long time ago, by the way. That's not something that just happened. For me to have Malcolm Moore in a sense, the same sense as music, means it happened a minute ago. So Kendrick Lamar's not some underground rapper, dude. He's someone who's been established for a very long time. And the fact that we're acting like he's not. The fact that, memes have made it so it's oh, Kendrick owes Drake because Drake put him on. Drake made him relevant again. No. What are you talking about? No, stop the memes. I'm begging y'all to stop the memes, bro. Kendrick Lamar is someone who deserves every opportunity he's getting. He's been in the game for so long. He has a lot of time in between his projects, but that's great because that fits who he is seemingly as a person. And every time he drops, it's a huge event and millions of people love it. He has one of this is the thing, right? Before I get into this, before I get into his credentials and continue on why he should get the nod or why he deserved it. A lot of people are saying because it's in New Orleans that Lil Wayne should have got the nod. Lil Wayne friends, right? I love Lil Wayne. I've listened to Lil Wayne since I could remember consciously like making an effort to listen to rap music all the time. And I've never stopped since. Lil Wayne in 2024 is not someone, if I'm the NFL, if I'm Rock Nation, that I want headlining the Super Bowl. Because believe it or not, the Super Bowl is the biggest event in America. Take the two crappiest teams in the NFL right now, probably the Panthers and Giants, and have them play a game on primetime television and it's still beating. There's a good chance, like a really good chance, that it's still beating game 1 or game 3 or game 7 of an NBA Finals. I'm being very serious. That's how popular the NFL brand is. That's how popular the NFL is. If you had, you know how they're doing NFL games internationally? If you had the Cowboys and Raiders play in Mexico, the earthquake that would happen from the fans just erupting, the fights will happen. You would think is the American-Mexico War over again. I'm being very serious. Like, this NFL is bigger than, they own Sunday. It goes God and then NFL. Even churches let out early just so that they can go watch the Cowboys lose, right? Like, the NFL is the NFL. Like, don't get it twisted. So that's the platform. And having Kendrick Lamar coming off one of the biggest songs in history right now with a historic run, yeah, it makes complete and utter sense, bro. You have people in countries vandalizing certain OVO spots to this song, bro. And the NFL is trying to do what? Grow the game internationally. They're trying to get more eyes on the game internationally. They're thinking of having teams in places that make no sense. Like, there's no way a team in London is going to make sense, right? In terms of being in the NFL schedule. Like, playing games over there is one thing. Having a team over there that's actively in the National Football League does make sense. What I can see the NFL doing is like, hey, we're going to make a spinoff and have it that's internet, like another league, and we're going to own that league in the NFL. I can see that happening. That I think is the future of the NFL. And I say all that to say that every move is going to be, it's always been calculated, but it has to be very calculated moving forward. And one of the ways you do that is getting one of the most popular artists right now and of all time, coming off a historic run musically right now, commercially right now, and keep it going. What the NFL is doing with Taylor Swift and Kendrick Lamar is a historic run. Do not get it twisted. It's a very historic run. Not only that, the artists that Kendrick has as features in his plethora of music that he owns could bring in some real talent, some real good features. You can have Rihanna, right? You can have Jay. You can have A$AP Rocky. You can have so many different artists that mean so many. Rihanna just did the Super Bowl, I think, 2 seasons ago now? And the reason I put A$AP Rocky in there, by the way, is because I really think, as a jab at Drake, it would be fun to have A$AP Rocky. That's really why I put A$AP Rocky into that. But I digress. You can have a lot of features. You can have SZA in there as well. There's so many artists, and that's just, like, obviously the very few out of the very many. I'm hoping he gets J-Rock in there. Like, there's so many different artists that he can get on stage with them that would make everyone go crazy. And then give more exposure to that artist, whoever he brings on or whoever he decides to bring on with him, if anyone. They're all going to be well known, but you can definitely bring them to even more national and international attention, which will be amazing. Same thing he did with the Pop Out show. There's a lot of artists that a lot of people have never heard of. They probably heard the music, but never heard of the artist, or vice versa. And now they know. They had people Googling a lot of these people he had at the pop-out show on the concert he had in LA a couple months back, you know? So that's what Kendrick Lamar can do. And I think it's just smart for the NFL. And also say that to say, Kendrick Lamar has the accolades. Like, he's not some underground rapper, man. He has the accolades to do this. Pulitzer Prize winner, one of the most profitable tours of all time for a rapper. Like, for him, it's just fitting. It's just fitting to have him be the first rapper to solo headline the Super Bowl. It's just fitting. It's going to be the week after the Grammys. You already know he's going to win at least one Grammy. I'd be shocked. I would be shocked if he didn't win a Grammy for Euphoria and for Not Like Us. I'd be shocked if he doesn't win one for each. So that's who he is. That's who Kendrick Lamar is. I think he had 2 tours that were like up there for the most profitable tours of all time. I think, if I'm not mistaken. Like, Kendrick Lamar is one of the greatest artists of all time. Like, don't act like he's not. Like, that's silly and it's just crazy. You can like Drake and give Kendrick his flowers here. You can like Kendrick and not have to destroy Lil Wayne, Drake, and them. But Birdman, the Birdman, to put some respect on my name, Birdman is doing some wild stuff online right now. I'm gonna need him to chill, bro. I'm gonna need Birdman to chill, because Birdman should be the last one talking on this. I have yet to hear from Lil Wayne. I do not know Lil Wayne, obviously. He could care a lot. He could be real pissed off. He hasn't said anything. He hasn't shown it yet. I personally don't think he cares. I think he'll do fine. I would be shocked if Kendrick doesn't bring Lil Wayne up. They have a song together. Like, they have music together. So it's like, it's an option. But even if Kendrick doesn't do that, I wouldn't be offended. Like, I think it's fine. And there's this goalpost and these fake scenarios and these fake rules that people are putting out. Oh, the Super Bowl's in New Orleans, so you should have Lil Wayne. Have you seen Lil Wayne perform recently? It's not good. It hasn't been good in a really long time, to be honest. Have you seen Kendrick perform? Kendrick, outside Not Like Us, that was phenomenal. But that was an example. Kendrick has been doing this. If you like everything that's with Not Like Us, he's been doing this for a long time. The performance he put on for the Grammys was one of my favorite Grammy performances of all time. To me, it's top 5 of all time. Definitely top 3. Kendrick just puts on a show. If you've been to his concerts, he's put on a show. If you watch his concerts, he puts on a show. Kendrick Lamar is one of those people that, like, he has a vision, and he has a concept, and he brings it to life. Him and Dave Free are visionaries that see something. And I'm really excited. I'm really excited to see what he brings with the NFL and Rock Nation's backing and his and Dave Free's, like, imagination and the catalog that they have. Like, I'm very curious to see what they bring, because Kendrick has never missed, in my opinion, in terms of a live performance. Like, he's a really great live performer. That's another thing. He is made for live performing. Live performing is a dying art, because a lot of people cannot perform live, especially in rap. Kendrick Lamar can do it. And he has a catalog to do it. The halftime show, he can easily fill that time up with bangers. He has bangers, bro. It's going to be during Black History Month. You think Kendrick can't... man, bro, he's going to play All the Stars. He's going to play All Right. He's going to play The Black of the Berry. I'm telling you, bro, like, he has music outside Not Like Us, bro. This is what Kendrick Lamar does. Like, him performing... the performance he did for the Super Bowl for Dre and them was amazing. Now he gets a full show by himself. Like, come on, man. Like, y'all are tweaking. The camera angles, the stuff he was doing, like, oh my God, him and Dave Free about spaz. Like, that's what's cool, and that's what's missing. That's what I hate from this whole argument. Instead of celebrating, like, rap, like, if you told me 3 years ago that Kendrick Lamar was going to perform by him, well, because he did it the Drake thing. So if you told me like 5 years ago that Kendrick Lamar would perform by himself for the Super Bowl, I would think you're lying. There's no way. There's no way. Dre I could see for LA. Like, there's certain things I could see. But having a rapper solo, like having Kendrick Lamar of all people, who doesn't have like the commercials everywhere. He doesn't have the online presence everywhere. Like, his fans are his online presence. And that's what is beautiful about Kendrick, about how he carries himself, about how I think the game should be more like that. I think it's beautiful to be like to be able to have commercial success without the social media presence, right? Or doing viral things every 2 seconds, like just for the sake of like upping your brand, getting a younger audience, being relevant, staying relevant. I mean, Kendrick is his audience is his presence. The pure demand for his audience and what he brings and what he represents makes people want to go support him. Look at his tweets from his last 5-6 tweets. It's an incredible run. It's a run. That's who Kendrick is. So I don't think there's anyone more deserving than Kendrick Lamar. Why does Lil Wayne deserve to have the Super Bowl halftime show just because he's from New Orleans? Like, The Weeknd has done a Super Bowl halftime show. I love The Weeknd. I love The Weeknd's music. But The Weeknd's not a bigger artist than Kendrick Lamar. I refuse to, I don't care what you say, what statistics you put at me. The Weeknd's not a bigger artist than Kendrick Lamar. The Weeknd is also Canadian. And last time I checked, we have never hosted a Super Bowl, from my memory, in Toronto, Canada. So let's stop that right there. And we never will. Also, Beyonce, I believe, did the halftime show last time was in New Orleans. I could be wrong. I could be very wrong. Definitely fact check. I know Beyonce has done the halftime show. But I know when the Super Bowl has been in Texas, Beyonce has not performed the halftime show. So why is it that now all of a sudden, no, you have to be where you're from to host a halftime? But because Dre and them did it, that's brilliant marketing. And it wasn't just Dre and Snoop. It was Dre, Snoop, 50 Cent, Eminem. Eminem is not from LA. He's from Detroit, Michigan. And they still had him up. They had Kendrick. They had a lot of people, man. Like, it's just, I wish we would focus more on the beauty of what's happening here. Like, it's been a long time since I've been this excited for a Super Bowl outside of the actual game. Like, I'm really excited to see what Kendrick, because you already know they're gonna have him perform the Grammys. Now, will he? Because it'll be super close to the Super Bowl. Will he actually perform? I don't know. I don't know if they would even. I don't know how CBS would feel about having Not Like Us even play. Streaming services and Amazon Prime, that's one thing, but on CBS, that's a different thing. So I don't know. So I don't even know if he would perform at the Grammys, but the Super Bowl, regardless, we get him at the Super Bowl now. That's crazy. And there's rumors going around like, oh, Drake's gonna perform. The Super Bowl's too small for him. He's gonna perform something at the World Cup when it comes to to North America. Okay, good for him. I love soccer. The World Cup is one of the biggest events, if not the biggest event in the world, outside of like probably the Cricket World Cup. We need to see what the numbers are for the Cricket World Cup, but yeah, soccer is one of the biggest sports. It's like soccer, cricket, and everything else, if not vice versa, right? It's interchangeable, I feel like, at that point. I say all to say, like, good for him. I want everyone to succeed. Like, rap, hip-hop in general, getting its shine in all these major events is really cool. Having a rap concert at the World Cup, regardless if it's Drake or not, would be really, really cool. Like, that would be a big moment to me, to be honest. But like, that's just dumb to compare. Like, that's just dumb. Like, the Super Bowl is a very big event. Like, I don't care how y'all try to downplay it. Like, no, don't do that. because not just anyone can perform at the Super Bowl. Michael Jackson performed at the Super Bowl, Prince performed at the Super Bowl, Beyonce, Rihanna. Like, you know what I'm saying? Why is it now that it's Kendrick Lamar? Oh, the Super Bowl is a really small event. No one's gonna be watching. You won't be watching, but the rest of the world will be. The millions upon millions of Americans will be. A country that has one of the biggest economies in the world will be. You can just sit there and chill. The rest of us will be enjoying the concert. the free Kendrick Lamar concert, we'll be enjoying the second one. Come on, man. Stop it. This is supposed to be such a beautiful moment for hip hop, and we're here arguing about this. Like, it's so annoying. Like, it just annoys me because I feel like people let this beef forget how beautiful rap is, man. It's my favorite genre of music for a reason. It's such a beautiful art form. It's such a beautiful art form, and I feel like because we got so far away from music videos over the last 10 years and live performances and all this stuff, we forget how beautiful rap can really be. And I really hope we get back to that. And I hope that this concert is one of many. When Jay-Z took this role, when Jay-Z and Rock Nation took this role in the NFL years ago, people were saying he's not doing enough, he's not doing all this, and that. They got Kendrick Lamar. They had Rihanna, and they had Usher last year. Like, come on. What are we doing? What are we doing? Like, this is insane that when it comes to Kendrick Lamar, like, you know, and I know this is all my hatred. There's too many Kendrick Lamar fans, like, just out in the world, chilling, enjoying this. Like, we're eating this year. Like, we're doing fine. But yeah, I just wish we could see some more of the celebration. Now, when it comes to the actual way he's going to perform, like, okay, here's my dream. In a perfect world, I would love pretty much any song with J-Rock. Any song with J-Rock will do. Like, it will do. All the Stars. I'm not going to lie to you. I know I hate Future's verse on it. But King's Dead would be pretty lit with him, J-Rock, and Kendrick, J-Rock, and Future. But if not that, definitely like that. If I'm telling you right now, if we see Metro Boomin come out, like, he just, like, rise up on a platform or something, and you just hear, like, I'm telling you right now, you don't have to play Not Like Us. Between now and then, Not Like Us, I love it. Like, you don't have to. Like, at that point, it's like, you don't have to, especially if we get something in the Grammys. Like, we don't need that. What we definitely do need is like that playing at the Super Bowl with that sick ass beat would be what we need. Like, that would be good. Euphoria will be another good one. Euphoria will be pretty sick as well. Euphoria will be one that I can see him playing if any of the disses. The one that's underrated that still needs to get cleared because he would win a third Grammy for it, another 3 Grammys in one night for it, would be 616 in LA. That would be sick. That's like that's in a fairy. That's not even a dream world. That's like in the fairy tale world. So something that I see happening is like, yeah, Kendrick playing Euphoria, Kendrick playing any song with J-Rock. To be honest with you, I would love something with Schoolboy Q as well. That would be really sick. I think as well. Schoolboy Q in the Super Bowl, like, you can never. If you told like 13-year-old me that Schoolboy Q would be in the Super Bowl. Like, see, that's the kind of potential that we could see here. That would be really, really sick. So, like, stuff like that would be pretty dope. So that would be cool. What else? It definitely, like I said, all the stars in the Super Bowl would be sick, bro. It would be really sick. And then with J-Rock would like that. Like I said, like, that would be really cool to play. And I just think it's just, there's so many Kendrick songs, bro. Like, Rigor Mortis, for me personally, like, Rigor Mortis would be something that would be really cool. All Right. The Blacker the Barrier. There's so many like different songs that like again, it depends what kind of message you're trying to bring out there. It depends what kind of like concept he has. Like some songs won't fit, others will. I know it's finite time, so you have to like go through them and transition a certain way. I don't know. That's why I would love to see like DJ Mustard, Metro Boomin, and like maybe and definitely like maybe some local like New Orleans band like just some kind of good collab, like some kind of cool collaboration to help seamlessly transition through a lot of these songs and stuff like that. I mean, yeah, it's Kendrick Lamar. There's so many. There's so many songs that'd be really cool to see and conceptualize, see him conceptualize and give us and deliver us. And that's what's really cool about this. So I hope that we get to a situation where we can just enjoy that. Um, and yeah, I mean, that's all I have to really say about this, man. I just feel like shout out to Lil Wayne, but it's just Kendrick Lamar's time right now. It's Kendrick's time. And as someone who's a long Kendrick fan, it's just really cool to see this. And I could sit here and meme and joke about like Drake and the beef, and it is very funny. It's objectively funny. That first person shooter sent out this whole wave, and Drake and his fans and the OVO crew or whatever you want to call them boys, like they highly underestimated how much not only did Kendrick hate him, but just how, if anything, more than Kendrick's hate for Drake, how serious Kendrick takes rap and the music and what he's able to do with rap compared to someone like Drake. That's all I have to say about that. And the other old heads who are hating on this, shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Like, comment, subscribe, share. See you on the next one. Peace. King Kenny, Kung Fu Kenny, K. Dot.